Hey, yo, what up? How you guys doing out there? This is your boy Ruddle Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes. And hey, we're here to present you our NFL Week 7 wide receiver picks for Fanduel and DraftKings. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NFL, NBA, and MLB videos. And if you haven't already, make sure and go check out our website at dfscheatsheet.com. I mean, we have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out in the DFS industry. Complete optimizer, tons of content such as this video. With brand new tools that we just launched. We have a full player pool breakdown on our site. We also have we're ranking each position 1 through 5, the players every day for NBA. Ton of great tools. So make sure and go check it out right there at dfscheatsheet.com. And hey, how you doing out there, Jeremy?
What's up, man? How you doing? Pretty exciting
Yeah,
NBA slate for a 3-game slate. I know last night you didn't see any reason why our Lakers would lose, but it's early, man, and I think we saw why. So let's get in the video, man. Get some NFL.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, this week, one thing I'm going to say before we even really get into it is I feel it's kind of a little bit of a shallower week. You know, now you got buys going. So there's certain positions that are more shallower than others. And I think that there's definitely a couple obvious plays on the week. I mean, I'll just get us started with our NFL Week 7 running back picks. And I'm going to start off with the obvious. It's Todd Gurley. The crazy thing about Todd Gurley, he's 10-2 now. So you're like, how the hell are we going to pay 10-2 for somebody? But, I mean, this guy is just giving you a monster floor. He's by far the best back in the league right now. He's getting a 27% usage rate, which is, a long shot more, a lot more, way farther than pretty much anybody else. I think the next one is Elliott with like 24, I think, or something like that. I know it's close to that. So, I mean, this guy is just an absolute workforce. Straight up. I think the next one is Elliott with like 24.
My bad.
Or something like that. No, it's all right. So, yeah, I mean, the thing about it is it's a bye week, like I said. And this is somebody that we can trust, that we know is going to put up, a solid performance for us. So, I mean, I just like him at running back. If you're looking for that floor, he needs, 30 pretty much to hit value, close to 30. But, I mean, the guy's just been killing it. They lost, one of their better receivers as well. He was their possession receiver. So I can definitely see Gurley getting, those 3 or 4 yard passes to pick up the first down, get a couple throws his way. So, yeah, I think that Gurley is going to be my definite running back 1 on this week. It's all about if you could fit him in. That's the only thing with him because the price is crazy.
I don't see Gurley being low owned, right? So, I mean, I think that people are going to try to build around Gurley. This week is so shallow at running back, especially with names. You've got to do some work. You've got to do some work. You've got to do some research. You've got to look at matchups. And then even when you get into doing that, there's running backs who don't have a lot of carries per game to even plug in, or their carries per game don't match the price they're at this week. So I have no problem with Todd Gurley. He's the clear-cut #1 cash play this week.
And like I said, I mean, the usage is it's ridiculous. He's up there for sure. So, yeah, who you got for us?
So I don't have anything sexy, I'm going to tell you that. I have 3 tournament picks that I am really comfortable playing in lineups. So the first one I'll go with is Mark Ingram. And right off the bat, I'm sure this looks like, Mark Ingram, right? But let's get into it, and I'll give you a couple of reasons.
As a player in general, so.
Huh?
I said I like Mark Ingram as a player in general, so.
It's an ugly matchup against Baltimore, who's clearly one of the top defenses in the NFL. It's an ugly matchup, and that's why I like this matchup, because I think New Orleans is going to have to run the football. I think they'll look to establish the run against Baltimore. Baltimore has gotten after every quarterback they've played. They've forced turnovers on every quarterback they've played. And then you start looking at some of the peripheral statistics, right? So take a look at New Orleans' offensive line. Pro Football Focus ranks New Orleans' offensive line as 5th, and then Football Outsiders has their offensive line at 4th. So you have a running back who makes his living between the tackles in Mark Ingram. You have a game flow that is defensive heavy. right? This is a defensive game right here by far. It's a high-scoring offense going on the road to play in Baltimore. They have not played well on the road. Like I said before, look at the Giants game. I love Mark Ingram this week. It's a guy I don't think is very owned. I think even for red zone opportunities, if they do move the football down the field, this could be a 100-yard, 2-touchdown game for Mark Ingram in this particular type of game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't looked into Mark Ingram. I definitely think it is a tough matchup against the Ravens. But one thing that I do like about Ingram is, and we've seen it for the past couple years, is this guy, he gets his carries for sure. You know, we've seen how much he took away from Kamara as soon as he came back, and we know that they like him, so he's going to get some opportunities. And I mean, it's a fair price tag for sure. So I'm going to move into my next one. It's going to be my boy. I'm going to go Ezekiel Elliott. The guy just is the offense pretty much for the Cowboys. It is what it is. And, I mean, he's 8.4 compared to a guy like Todd Gurley at 10.2. It just feels like he's still a little bit underpriced, you know, for the opportunities that he's getting week in and week out. I think he should be at least, 9K, 9,100, somewhere around there. The reason that his price is down is because he just hasn't been finding the end zone. Compared to a guy like Todd Gurley, who has 11 touchdowns already through 6 weeks. You got Ezekiel Elliott, who only has 4. Gurley almost tripled him. So Zeke, he's going to end up finding the end zone. He just hasn't really been breaking for too many of those big ones. And they're coming. He's getting the opportunities. The past 3 weeks, he's got 29, 27, and 25 touches. So, his usage is up there. He's actually the second highest after Todd Gurley with the usage rate, and he's $1,800 less on Fanduel. He has the same upside as Gurley any week. So Zeke's going to be my second pick.
I don't even know where else to go, honestly. I mean, these are the top. These two guys are the most no-brainer picks, and this is the shallow running back pool. I would name the third guy, but I'll let you do it. The 3 guys that, and I'm not knocking this. This is the week. The 3 most obvious plays this week are the ones you're going to give. They're the most obvious, comfortable picks, and they deserve to be. This is a very shallow running back pool. I can name off some guys. I mean, when you start looking at statistics, you can start looking at different guys, but hey, TJ Yeldon hasn't lit it up, right? I mean, TJ Yeldon hasn't lit it up. They went out and signed Jamal Charles. So, you could look at a Carlos Hyde on the outside looking in. He looks good. You can look at Alex Collins outside looking in, Kenyon Drake. But these guys their price is not worth paying this week. So why not just build around Ezekiel Elliott and build around Todd Gurley? We're going to give you 3 other picks, too, that are good tournament plays to build around. I can't argue with Zeke one bit. I have nothing really to add to it.
All right, for sure.
All right, so I'm going to go – my next pick I'm going to go with is Sonny Michel. This guy's a lock for me. This guy's a tournament lock. A couple of things that I really like about it is he's questionable with a knee injury. This is New England all day long. This is their strategy. These guys do 2 things. 1, they give veterans Wednesdays off. And 2, they list people on their injury report for a paper cut. They do it all the time. And you never know, if a guy's truly hurt, if he's not hurt, if he's banged up, if he's not banged up. I mean, they give veterans and they give their starters days off all the time. This guy is in no jeopardy of not playing at this point. But I think that knocks ownership to James White and other running backs in other games. So this dude is just a solid running back. You start looking at it, he's 10th in rushing with 400 yards. He's 8th in rushing touchdowns with 4. I think you just said Zeke had 4. So, and you were saying Zeke's 1,200 less than Gurley. Well, Michel's 1,100 less than Zeke. And, the guy's got 91 carries already on the year. He's a workhorse running back for the Patriots this year. He just is. And in a week where it's a shallow pool, I like this guy a lot.
Yeah, no, I like him. I have him ranked as my number 4th running back. I definitely like him. I mean, they're going to him. It's not like the Patriots in the past couple of years, they've always, split between 3 running backs, and everybody's just getting a little bit of touches. But, I mean, like you're saying, this guy – and, 2 of the past 3 games, he's got at least 24 carries. They really trust this guy. They're really giving this guy the ball. And another thing, too, is the Patriots, they even showed this with LeGarrette Blount. When they get on the 1 or 2 yard line, they don't throw the ball with Tom Brady. They just give it to their big back and they let him score touchdowns. We've seen that in the past, and that's what they started doing with this dude. He has 4 touchdowns in the past 3 games. So hey, he's gonna get his. I think he's a good play for sure.
Hey,
For me, so
how many points they scored last week?
who we're talking about? Michelle?
The Patriots.
Oh, they scored a lot.
Like 40, was it 43 points? They went 43-40 or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of points.
And you got 24 carries for 100 yards in a shootout game. So,
right,
I got no problem with this dude at all.
You got a target too, and one target and a catch is better than nothing. You know what I mean? I'll take that as well. All right. So the last guy I'm gonna go with is gonna be Murray, Latavius Murray for the Vikings. It looks like Cook is gonna be out again. And it's weird because the first time Cook was out, I jumped all over Murray and he busted. He was chalky, busted on everybody. Cook comes back, a couple games, he's out again. Last week, Murray goes back to being chalk, and I'm like, I'm not gonna chase the chalk and fall for that trick again. And sure enough, he went wild. 24 carries, 155 yards, and a touchdown. Got 2 targets, caught one of them. So the guy was just an absolute workhorse. And if he's going to get 25 carries at a 6,500 price tag and he's going to get the goal line work, I definitely think that he's somebody that you got to look at. It's just my only thing with him is, can he sustain it? But if he's going to be chalked like it was last week, then it's a free square and you really just kind of ride with it at the price tag, But it's going to be hard because I like Gurley and I like Zeke a lot. It's just if we can really find some value to get both of them in the line is what's going to really be the problem. So I think this guy would be a really good option to save some money for sure.
Like I said, there's 3 guys who were super obvious this week. You've got 3 spots, 2 running backs and a flex spot. You could literally play all 3 of them if that's how you chose to build this week. I got nothing to add to that. So I'll move into my next pick, my last pick. I'm going with LaShawn McCoy at 6,200. I think this is the week for LaShawn McCoy. They have no offense in Buffalo. They just signed Anderson off the street, basically. He's going to start at quarterback. LaShawn McCoy for $6,200. You got a guy who will probably get 20 carries in this game. And then he has the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. They like him in the screen game. They like him in the check down game. The Colts are giving up 22 Fanduel points per game to running backs. The Colts they're not a great football team. They have a hard time moving the football unless they throw it 60 times. And their defense hasn't shut anybody down really at all yet. So this offense has to go through LaShawn McCoy. You saw tonight that the NFL, if you watched any of this Thursday night game, why you would, I don't know, is terrible. I watched it because one of my favorite kids I ever coached was playing right guard for Arizona, and he's the one that got flat-backed by Von Miller and was all over everybody's radar like, oh, Daniel Munyer. You see what just happened to Daniel Munyer? But that's why I was watching the game. But anyway, if you watch that game, you see that these teams that get hurt, they've only got a certain amount of guys on their team, and they got to roll with them. And Buffalo's got not a lot of stuff left. I'm not playing Zay Jones or any of these other guys. They have to get LaShawn McCoy involved. That has to be the way they move the football. Anderson's a veteran quarterback. He will check the ball down. I look for Shady to get 4 to 8 targets this week and probably 20 carries.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the play. He's just too cheap for what he has, the explosive ability. The past 2 games, they gave him 24, 16 carries, so they're looking to kind of get that run game going again with him. He got 3 and 5 targets, 11 and 12 fantasy points, 6.2. It's a very fair price tag. I'm going to say I think he gets over 20 fantasy points this week. I like him. He's one of my guys that I was looking at as well. So I think that's a great call. I think that McCoy and Murray are probably going to be the cheap guys that a lot of people are going to look to this week. McCoy probably not so much, Murray for sure. But that's all I got for running back, man. You got anything else for us? Are you ready to get out of here? For you guys that are actually out there watching us right now, we're actually going to be back in a couple minutes with our NBA morning shoot around. kind of get you started for your research, looking at tomorrow's NBA slate. And hey, if you haven't already, go check out the website, dfscheatsheet.com. The optimizer has been very accurate. The cash lines have been on fire. Hey, just come check it out. Join the money team. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.